left-wing elite, which has used the news media, the academic community, the ability to set the terms of debate, the bureaucracies, and the interest groups, so that literally there's this tension in which most of us are over here, but this minority manages to dominate the debate. And you see it every day. You watch news coverage from Washington. I'll give you a minor example. 7 or 8 weeks ago, the people of Switzerland, who have an individually centered health insurance system, had a referendum in which 71% voted against national health insurance. It didn't quite make page 1 of the New York Times. On the other hand, if 71% had voted in favor of government-run health insurance, guess what level of play it would have got? So I just want to start with that model. And we have to, I think, recognize that, well, President Reagan almost broke out. From 1980 to 1984, we had a terrific run with his leadership. And I'll give you a simple example. Everybody in the elite knew you had to have détente with the Soviet Union. And détente was a French word meaning understanding, and the right thought you had to have détente and yell at them while you were losing, and the left thought you ought to have détente and hug them while you're losing. But everybody knew the Soviet Union was a fact. Governor Reagan was asked, what's your vision of the Cold War? He had 4 words. We win, they lose. 11 years later, the Soviet Union disappeared. Now that's the difference between the elites of the left, who are always accommodating things that are not helpful to America, and somebody who represented the majority of Americans. We came along, we almost broke out with a contract with America. We got welfare reform, we got tax cuts, we got the first 4 balanced budgets since the 1920s. But gradually the system went back to being led by the left. And I think, frankly, the 2006 election was in part a sign that Republicans in Washington had forgotten that their job was to represent the vast, overwhelming majority of Americans, not to make the left-wing bureaucracy and the left-wing interest groups and the left-wing media happy.